Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om, I bow to the Lord Vasudeva. Joy to you, friends. I would like to read from the Bhagavad Gita, stanza 45. I've read it before. The Vedas teach that the universe is a mixture of three basic qualities or gunas. Your duty, Arjuna, is to free yourself from all three, as well as from the dualities of nature. The way to this achievement is to remain ever calm in the self, free from any thoughts of either acceptance or possession. Now the gunas, everything is a mixture of the three gunas. Sattva, Raja, Tamo. Sattva is that quality which elevates the consciousness and brings you closer to attunement with God. Rajoguna is that which keeps the mind active, and Tamoguna is that which darkens the mind and keeps it stupid and dull and not even interested in progress. Now, the Yogananda explained these three gunas. He said that when God creates the universe, he begins it with the principle of duality. So they're the waves on the ocean of the spirit, as a symbolical expression, vibration in other words. And where you have vibration, you have movement in opposite directions. But the height of the wave is what determines the gunas. The low sattvic guna are just like little ripples or very low waves on the ocean bosom. Then when the consciousness of a person becomes more active and more actively involved, then it goes up to another higher level. But the top level, the high waves, they express mostly tamoguna. Now, apart from the fact that the high waves have much more activity and so on, the three levels of a wave, he says every wave has its three portions. The lowest part is the part closest to the ocean. The middle part is that part which pushes it and is active. And then the top of it is that the crest of whatever little ripple even you have. In every, even a ripple, there are those three aspects. And so the three gunas, or qualities, are evident at all levels of creation. But the highest level is that which pushes farthest away from the ocean bosom, farthest away from bliss, farthest away from oneness with the self, and therefore into darkness, dullness. The crest of a wave is not dull, but it has spent itself. That is as high as it can go, and from there on it has to come down. So tamoguna is that quality. We need to try to resolve these gunas, first of all, by the dark guna. See, Rajoguna has two aspects. One is Rajasattva, the other is Rajatamo. That aspect of the middle wave is either toward oneness with God or toward greater involvement in Maya, in delusion. Satamoguna, the darkening quality, is that which people have who are dull-minded, who are completely immersed in sensuality, people who don't have the intelligence or the refinement to understand anything. But on the basis of these three gunas, which in effect become two gunas, or I should say four gunas, because the Rajaguna has a downward side and an upward side, you have in that the basis of the four castes also. That part, that caste, the Shudra caste, which is dull-minded and so on, if you want to awaken a dull-minded person, he won't waken himself because he's not interested in awakening himself. He's just content to sort of go along like a slug or a turtle or something. Anyway, what you need to do is have him work around or be around people of higher nature, and particularly around the Vaishya or merchant type, the active type. And the Vaishya is the sort of downward Rajaguna, that aspect which takes you downward into matter involvement and prosperity for ego satisfaction and so on. So this was the explanation that Sri Yukteswar said why it is good for Shudra types to be servants in the homes of worldly people, because by being servants with them, their contact with them will gradually help them to rise. In the SRF Gita, it speaks about what tamasic people can do to raise themselves. Well, the truth is that they don't want to raise themselves. There's no point in giving them that advice. But if they mix with people of a higher quality, gradually their own consciousness will rise. Otherwise, it just takes time to get out of tamoguna. Then Rajoguna, as I said, has these two aspects, and this is the two aspects of the caste system, the Vaishya and the Kshatriya. The Vaishya is that which involves you in getting rich and getting a big home and making yourself famous and becoming popular, successful, whatever it might be. Then the higher aspect of Rajaguna is that which seeks to serve other people, to give to other people. It acts, but it acts in a self-giving way, ego-expansive way. And then there is the higher guna, the sattva-guna, and this is that aspect where there's very little between the soul and God. But even in sattva-guna, there's still the ego. To go beyond, they speak of the guru as being tri-guna rahitam, beyond the three gunas. And this is the highest state where, having gone beyond the gunas, you've gone beyond duality, and you've merged your spirit with God. But as long as there is any guna, there is still some involvement in Maya. And people can go up and down this ladder again and again until finally they reach oneness with God. You are never safe, my Guru said, until you've gone beyond all three, until you've attained nirvikalpa samadhi, or complete oneness with God. And so Krishna is saying, again, the Vedas teach that the universe is a mixture of the three basic qualities or gunas. Your duty, Arjuna, is to free yourself from all three, as well as from the dualities. Well, why do the Vedas talk about doing these different ceremonies to fulfill your worldly desires? We'll touch on that one next time, because it's quite interesting why the scriptures would give you techniques for becoming wealthy, progressive, successful, rich, have all your desires fulfilled, etc. We'll talk about that next time, because it's a very interesting subject. Joy to you.